Good morning and happy Family Day, Instagram fam. We'll give it a couple minutes to see if we have some takers for our Monday morning Feel Good Flow. Morning Three Tides. Happy Family Day. Today we're going to be moving through another journey to a different crow pose. We've got lots of twists. So lots of twists means we'll be working towards side crow. How are things going for you? So working on a side crow. And I know that can sound a little scary. It can be a little scary while you're doing it. So of course there's no pressure to do it. You can always do whatever works for you. And it'll just be a nice fun flow to wake you up. And if you do usually use props for your practice, then go ahead and grab those now. Maybe you're doing the recorded version and you have a few moments to just get yourself set up. Then go ahead, grab what you need, get some music going. You can use whatever playlist you'd like, or you can use the playlist that I shared in my stories. Good morning, friends. And then we'll give it another minute or so, see if we've got any more takers. And if you are already here and you're all ready, then you might want to just get settled into a child's pose to start. And just making your way there, grabbing whatever you might need. Oh, it looks like Bonnie might join us this morning. We'll see how that goes. All right, so I'm gonna get started. And just shut off our comments so you can all see what is going on. Go ahead and hit play on your playlist if you've got any music you would like. And then, just go ahead and make your way into child's pose. Knees nice and wide if you'd like, or a little closer together, you can choose. And resting your head down onto the mat. Taking a few deep breaths. And just letting yourself start to settle into your body this morning, onto your mat. Maybe this is the first little bit of movement you're doing today. So just allow it to be whatever you need it to be. To be a little bit fun, a little bit lighthearted, to give you energy. Like I said, working on lots of twists and lots of lengthening through the side body so that we maybe make our way into side crow. And just feeling your breath start to fill up both sides of the rib cage. Feeling your body expand and contract with your breath. Maybe you've got some extra family, friends joining you this morning. And just taking in that bit of community and connection that we have here. And that we have together even though we're maybe far away. And from this child's pose, start to reach the arms long if you haven't already. And then walk your hands over towards the right side of your mat. So either to the edge of your mat or off of it. And just taking a little side stretch down the left-hand side. Keep reaching your hips back towards your heels. Breathing down the left side of the body. And start to root into the floor of the mat with your right fingertips. So the right arm is strong. And slide your left arm underneath of your right. So like you're threading the needle, reaching your left arm through. You might turn your head and gaze underneath of your right arm. Dropping your left shoulder down towards the floor. Still reaching hips back towards heels. You can stay here if this feels like it's where you need to be, or you can bring your palms together. Begin to bend the elbows, pressing your left elbow down into the mat and reach your heart towards your thumbs. If this is too much, stay where you were before. If this feels good, encourage that right shoulder back a little as you reach your heart towards your thumbs. And if you're in this sort of little prayer twist variation of child, I want you to lower the left shoulder down. Walk your hands out nice and long again. Spread the fingers wide. And let's take a breath in, rise up into a modified plank. So just on the knees, shoulders a little bit ahead of the wrists. And as you exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. And take an inhale, lift your chest up, just a little cobra. And as you exhale, come back into child's pose. And we'll take that on the other side. So begin to walk your hands over towards the left, to the edge of your mat or off of it. I have a dog foot very close to my face. You might stay here. You might slide your right arm underneath of your left, resting your head possibly down onto the mat, dropping that right shoulder down. So twisting a little as we lengthen the right side of the body. And then maybe placing your left palm on top of your right, beginning to bend the elbows, pressing your right elbow down towards the mat as you reach your heart towards your thumbs. Again, gently encouraging that left shoulder back. You might gaze up, keeping the spine nice and long. And then if you're lifted up, lower that shoulder gently back down to the mat. Walk your hands out nice and long. Take a breath in, rise up into a modified plank. So just on the knees, feel a lift in the core. And as you exhale, lower down to the mat. Inhale, lift the chest, little cobra. And exhale into child's pose just for a moment. And then we come right back up into tabletop. Stacking wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, taking a little bit of cat-cow here. With a big breath in, lift your chest, drop your belly, lift your tail. And with a big breath out, round your spine, tuck your chin, and tuck your tail. A couple more like that. Warming up the spine. Feeling maybe a little bit more awake than you were just a couple minutes ago. Meaning to connect to your breath, to your body, your movement, to your breath. And then you can stay with this cat-cow as we usually do. Or you can pause in the center and begin to wag the tail. So swing your hips over to the right as you gaze over right shoulder. Inhaling through center and then over to the left. Just side to side. Squeezing the right side as you gaze over the shoulder. Coming back to the other side, feeling the length down the right side as you squeeze the left. You can stay with that, or maybe you start to combine the two, taking nice big rolls through the spine. Really whatever feels good to you this morning. This is your feel-good flow, so just make it feel good. If you're taking some circles, you might switch directions. Stay connected to the breath. And then pause in the center. Spine nice and long. We'll tuck the toes under. We're going to make our way into a forward fold at the back of the mat. So toes tuck under, hands crawl back. Lift the hips high. Let the head hang heavy and just shake it out. Bending one knee, bending the other. Relaxing the head, the shoulders. And from here, let's slide your hands underneath of your feet for gorilla. So fingers pointing towards the heels. Big bend in the knees, big bend in the elbows. Maybe you stay with a little bit of movement, gently massaging the wrists and the palms with the toes. Maybe the elbows start to creep in a little bit closer, pointing them towards your shins so you get more sensation through the wrists. Come to stillness in the center. Slide your hands out from underneath of your feet. Take an inhale, lengthen the spine halfway. And as you exhale, we'll take a fold. Allow for a bend in the knees. I will come forward just a little bit more so you can see me. And then slide your right foot behind your left so the legs are crossed. Plant your left hand down underneath of your face. And then reach your right arm up for a twist. Rolling the right shoulder back. Then we'll plant the right hand down and we'll switch sides. Reach the left arm up. Squeezing the legs together, lengthening the spine. Gently bring the left hand down and we'll switch sides. So the right foot plants back beside the left foot slides behind the right, legs are crossed. You can bend the knees. We'll keep the right hand down this time and then reach the left arm up for a twist. And switch it out. Pressing the feet down firmly, squeezing the inner thighs. Lower the right hand down. Slide the feet back to hip width apart. Take one more breath in, lengthen the spine halfway. As you exhale, fold. And then we'll stand all the way up, bring your palms to touch. And exhale, hands to heart. Fill the lungs up as you reach up again, palms touch. And then empty as you fold all the way down. Lengthen and lift halfway, core is strong. Exhale to fold. Walk it out into your downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide, hands about shoulder width, feet about hip width. Pedal it out for this first one if you'd like, or stay in stillness. Again, make it feel good. And wherever you are, finding stillness, we will inhale the right leg up into a three-legged dog. And as you exhale, gently bring the left knee down to the mat. So you're in a three-legged tabletop. As you inhale, lift the chest, stretch the right toes back. As you exhale, bring your right knee to your right elbow. Inhale, kick it back. And as you exhale, take it over to the left. This time, kick it back. And as you exhale, pull your knee in towards your nose, push the floor away, and then softly step your foot up between the hands. Coming into a low lunge, as you inhale, we'll reach the hips forward, walking the hands forward if you need to. And as you exhale, we'll take half splits. Pull the hips back, right leg long. Take two more like that. Inhale, walk it forward, bending into your right knee. And exhale, take it back, lengthen the right leg. Last time through, just with the breath, warming up the hips. Exhale, pulls you back. And this time we'll take it forward, really plant into the right foot, lift the back knee, take a big step up into a forward fold at the top of the mat. One breath in, lengthens the spine. Exhale to fold. This time as you inhale, just come into a little chair. So just a tiny bend in the knees, arms reach up. As you exhale, we're twisting to the right, arms open wide, sit a little lower. Inhale, keeping the knees softly bent, lift up. Exhale, twist to the left, right arm forward, left arm back, sit lower. This time we'll inhale, come up through center, palms touch. And exhale, hands to heart. Keep moving with the breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands. You can either step back, moving through a little flow, or right into downward facing dog. If you're moving through your flow, taking plank, knees or toes, bend the elbows, lower down. Lift the chest into a little back bend, and then meeting in downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, we make our way into the other side. So with your next inhale, left leg lifts up, three-legged dog. And as you exhale, gently, with control, lower the right knee down to your three-legged table. Take a breath in, reach the toes back, the heart forward. And as you exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, kick it back to your table. Exhale, take it over to the right. Really twist and squeeze. And this time, kick it back, left leg long. And then pull your knee in towards your nose, push the mat away, and then step your foot up into your lunge. Using your breath in to walk your hands forward, reach your hips forward and down. And then your breath out to pull the hips back, lengthen the left leg. Again, two more times, just rocking forward, rocking back with your own breath. Last time through. Bringing that movement, bringing that life into the body. Feels so good. First thing on your holiday Monday. Tuck the toes. This time we step up into forward fold. Inhale to lengthen the spine halfway. Exhale to fold. A little bend in the knees. As you inhale, reach up and just to that little chair. As you exhale, this time sit a little lower. Twist to the left, right arm forward, left arm back. Inhale, lift the hips up, keep that little bend in the knees. Exhale, twist to the right, sit lower. This time we come all the way up through center, palms touch, and bring hands to heart. We'll keep moving. We're gonna do that again and add on just a little bit. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift, spine is long. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, either step right back into downward dog or flow. Option is always yours, the choice is always yours. We meet in downward facing dog. From your downward dog, we inhale the right leg up again. And as you exhale, the left knee can come down. Either this time it drops onto the mat like it did before, or you can hover it. Finding a lot of strength in the core. Really grip the mat with the fingertips. Take a breath in, kick the right leg back. As you exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, kick it long. Exhale, take it over to the left, really squeeze. Inhale, kick it back. Knee to nose, pull it in, round the upper back, and then softly step your right foot up. You can either drop the left knee down or you can keep it lifted. This time we take a twist, right arm reaching up, left hand down. Take a breath in, hips forward just a little, spine is long. Exhale, pull the hips back. You might drop the left knee down or you might come up onto the left fingertips. Inhale again, bending into the front knee. And exhale, pulling the hips back. Again, option to drop the left knee down. Take one more, wherever you are, staying in the twist, gently rocking forward and back. This time as you bend into the right knee, right hand comes down, take a nice big step up into your forward fold. Take one breath in, lengthen. One breath out, fold. This time as you inhale, arms reach up. Little lift of the heels into a little chair. As you exhale, drop the heels down, twist to the right, sit lower. Inhale, option to lift the heels as the hips lift a little. And then exhale, twist to the left, heels lower down. This time stand all the way up, rise up super high on those tippy toes, palms touch. Ooh, exhale, hands to heart, lower the heels with control. Other side. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen, create space in the spine. Exhale to fold, plant the hands, step back, either moving through a flow or right into your downward facing dog. Your dog is where we meet. Stay connected to the breath as we move through the second side. Using your inhale to lift the left leg up. Your exhale to either drop the right knee down or hover in your table. Inhale, kick the left leg back, keep the core strong. Exhale, left knee to left elbow, you can do this. Inhale, kick it back, strong grip with the fingers. Exhale, take it over to the right, squeeze, little twist. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, this time step it through. Either right knee stays lifted or drop it down. Keep right hand down, reach left arm up as you twist. Reach the center of your chest forward. Take a breath in, little rock forward. And a breath out, pull the hips back. Maybe you adjust your hand. Maybe you drop the left knee down as you lengthen the left leg. 2 more times. Inhale, bend to the left knee. Exhale, pull the hips back. 1 more time, staying with the twist, opening the chest, rolling the left shoulder back. Next time you bend into the left knee, left hand comes down, big ol' step up, feet hip width apart, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale to fold. You know where we're going, reaching up into that little chair. Option to lift the heels. As you exhale, heels lower if they were lifted, twist left. Inhale, lift the heels, lift the hips a little. Exhale, twist to the right, heels lower softly. This time, rise up, heels super high. Stay on your tippy toes. This time we're lowering down, so bend the knees with control. Lowering down to a little crouch. And then using your hands or not, we're gonna make our way all the way down to our backs. So rolling down onto your back. Pulling your knees in, nice and close to your chest. Give yourself a bit of love here. Take a moment to breathe, moving pretty quickly, so just take this moment to pause as you squeeze the knees in. And then begin to lift your head and shoulders off the mat. We come into our reclined crow, but this time we add a little bit of a twist. So keep your knees pulling and your chest lifted. You can either bring hands behind the head or you can take them up towards the sky, interlacing fingers, releasing index fingers, thumbs crossed. Taking an inhale as you twist to the right, option to take the left leg long at the same time. As you exhale, pull everything back in, reach back up. Inhale, twist to the left, right leg long. And then as you exhale, pull it back in, lift. Stay with the breath, twisting to the right. Exhale, pull it in, lift a little higher. Inhale, twist to the left, keep going. You can do this. Maybe the hands are behind the head and you're twisting opposite elbow to opposite knee. Maybe you don't add the legs, maybe you do. Totally up to you. Stay with that breath. Let's do one more on the left to even it out. And then pull it back in. Lower head and shoulders. Take a big breath into the belly, the ribs. Maybe a little rock side to side. Send yourself a lot of love right here. And then grab onto the backs of the legs. Take a few rocks up and down the spine. Massage it out. And then we're going to meet in standing. So maybe you use your hands to push yourself up. Maybe take a forward fold along the way, let the head drop. And then roll all the way up the spine until you're standing at the top of the mat. Feet about hip width. Let's take a tree pose. So shift the weight into the right leg. The right leg is nice and strong. Take your left foot to the inside. So either calf muscle or inner thigh. Hips are level, spine is long, core is lifted, hands to heart. Find one point to focus here. Feel your right foot really root down into the mat. And then we'll take the left ankle, cross it over top of the right thigh. We're coming into a figure four chair. So a little bend in that right knee. Hips reach back, heart reaches forward. Keep your eyes fixed on that one point. Feeling the stretch through the outer left hip. Option here to add a twist. So taking a breath in, find lengthen the spine. And as you breathe out, twisting to the right. Rolling the right shoulder back. You can stay here, or maybe that left elbow can find the sole of the left foot, and then you can use that as a little bit of leverage. Keep the core lifted, the breath smooth. And then if you brought that elbow to the foot, lift up a little bit. Stay in your twist as you step the left leg back. And see if you can bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. You can always drop the left knee down if you need to. Rolling the right shoulder back, reaching heart to thumbs. Feeling the ribcage wrap around the lungs as you breathe. Now start to lift the upper body, take the arms wide, staying in that lunge, bending into the right knee. Reach forward and back from fingertip to fingertip. Then take your right hand, that back hand, see if you can bring it either to the back of the left leg or the base of your spine as you reach your left arm up and back. Creating a little bit of opening here, but a lot of length through the left side of the body from your fingers down to your toes. Take one deep inhale. And as you exhale, bring both hands down, frame the front foot. Pull your left thigh towards your chest. You can either take a side plank here on the right, or you can kick your right leg out to the left side for a fallen triangle. If you're in fallen triangle, you're on the edge of your right foot, pushing into the sole of your left foot, lifting the hips wherever you are, reaching up high, giving yourself a nice big high five because you're amazing. And then we'll plant the left hand down, slide your right knee behind your right wrist. Taking a pigeon here again to just take a moment to pause. Stay lifted if you can, using whatever props you need, maybe a block underneath of your right hip. Finding strength as you lift up through the inner thighs. Maybe you stay there, or maybe you walk your hands over towards the right, taking left hand to the right thigh. For a little twist, just gently bringing your gaze over your right shoulder. Feel your breath here, smooth and steady. Your body strong and alive. And slowly walk your hands through center. Plant them towards the top of the mat as you make your way into downward facing dog. Little pedal out if you need it. Little shake of the head, of the hips. And then look up towards your hands, lift your heels, bend your knees, take a step or a little hop up. We're coming into a crouch, so the hips drop down, the legs squeeze together. So from here, option is to stay, maybe work on some balance. Option maybe to open the knees, walk the hands forward, take a garland. You could also try your crow pose here, planting hands, knees lift to the triceps, above the elbows. Or maybe you go for a side crow. If you're doing your side crow, keep the legs squeezing together. We'll reach the arms overhead, lengthen, and then keep all that length down the left side of the body as you swing your hands over towards the right side. Just figuring out the best angle to show you this. So the right knee comes to the top, just above the left elbow. Hands are shoulder width, fingers spread wide. Your gaze is forward. You can either keep that right hip hovering off the right elbow, definitely harder, or you can bring the right hip to maybe rest onto the right elbow. From here, you keep gazing forward. You keep your elbows hugging in. Maybe you lift one foot, maybe you lift the other off of the mat. If you've done this before, maybe you extend the left leg long. Wherever you are, just take a moment or two to play around with it. Maybe you're just working on that big twist, squeezing the legs together. You can always use your block to stand on to give you a little bit more height. And just taking a few more moments to maybe find a bit of balance, a bit of fun, reaching chest forward, breathing. And then lowering the feet if they were lifted. We'll come into a forward fold. Shake it out, big breaths. Shake the head, the hips, the knees. And then slowly rolling back up the spine. Feeling how warm you are right now. How alive you are, how strong you are. We'll come into the other side. So starting with tree. Left leg nice and strong. Take a right foot to the inside of the left leg, calf muscle or inner thigh. Find your balance here. Hips are level, shoulders level. Hands might be coming to heart. Find your focus, your breath. Keeping the left foot really planted down, we'll take the right ankle, cross it over the left thigh. Foot is flexed. Send the hips back. Coming into your figure four chair. Feeling that nice stretch through your outer right hip. Hips reach back, heart reaches forward. You could stay here or you could take a breath in and take a little twist to the left. Keeping the hips reaching back. Maybe you bring your right elbow to the outside or to the sole of your right foot. This is very difficult. It's very hard to balance and twist. So if you can't do this today, it's totally fine. Just have a little bit of fun with it. If you're here, lift the elbow off the foot, step the right leg back into your lunge. You might drop the knee down as you bring elbow to the outside of the left knee. Maybe you keep the leg lifted. Keep your breath steady, rolling the left shoulder back. And then we'll start to lift the upper body, reaching right arm forward, left arm back. Reach from fingertip to fingertip, spread your arms open wide. And then take your left hand, either bring it to the base of your spine or to the back of the right leg as you reach your right arm up and back. Gazing wherever feels good and comfortable for the neck. Keep bending into the left knee, feeling the stretch from fingers all the way to your right toes. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, both hands come down, frame the front foot, pull your left thigh to your chest. Either take side plank on the left, reaching right arm up, left knee under hip, or kick the left leg out long so you're in your fallen triangle on the edge of your left foot, pressing into the sole of the right foot, keeping hips lifted, grip strong, squeezing left side of the body. Take the right hand down wherever you are, slide your left knee behind your left wrist for pigeon. Working your hips towards the earth, maybe to a block or a pillow. Right leg long, stay lifted, tall, strong. You've got this. You could stay here or you could take your hands over to the left for a little twist. Still lifting the hips up just a little, squeezing inner thighs. You are almost there. We're doing this together. Slowly begin to unwind. Plant the hands down. Big step back, downward dog. Move around, flush out that left hip. And then gaze up towards your hands, lift your heels, bend your knees, take your step or your little hop to the top, coming into your crouch. So again, you could open the knees, let the head hang heavy, walk forward. You could take another crow pose if you're working on that. Or you could take your side crow on the left. Let's see how it looks from this side. So the legs are together, reaching the arms up high, taking a big breath as you feel length down the right side of your body. So a big side bend and then a twist. Planting the hands down, that shoulder width apart. Wrists are in one line, fingers spread wide. Gaze is forward, elbows hug in, elbows bend, they create that shelf. Left knee just onto that right tricep, maybe left hip onto the left tricep as well. Keep looking forward as you shift the weight forward, finding balance, maybe lifting one toe, maybe lifting the other, and just taking a little bit of time with it. Breathing through it, seeing what happens. It's okay if the feet don't lift up today. Maybe you want to step them onto your block. Give you that extra height to get your knee up a little bit higher onto your elbow or your tricep. Maybe taking one or two more breaths wherever you are. Doing so good, staying with it. It's a tough one. It is tough. Your heart is probably beating as fast as mine. Feeling so good this morning. When you're ready, just gently make your way to a seat on your heels if you can. And just take a moment to pause. Let's bring palms face up in the lap. If you're still in your side crow, you want to play around with it a little more, go for it. But if you're seated with me, just taking a few breaths in stillness, maybe feeling the sweat dripping down the body, feeling the heart beat fast and strong. What a wonderful way to start the day. Once you feel a little more steady, you feel a little more at ease, let's bring the arms behind. Fingers interlace, squeeze the palms together, lift the chest up. Reaching knuckles down towards the mat. A few steady breaths here. And gently release the hands, bring them out in front of you. Bring your palms together, and then we'll roll out the wrists a little bit. So open your palms up towards your face like a book. Bring the tops of your hands together as the fingers start to point down. So this can be a little complicated if you've never done it before. So your palms open up towards your face like a book. Tops of your hands come together as the fingers start to roll down. There's only one way for your hands to go. Take maybe one or two more in that direction. And then we'll switch directions. So palms face away. Bring the tops of your hands towards each other, pressing them together. Fingers roll all the way around. It's okay if this feels a little bit strange at first, if you've never done it before. Just give your wrists a little bit of love. And then once you've evened it out, we're going to make our way onto our front side. So laying all the way down onto your stomach. Bring the tops of your hands to the mat, forehead onto the hands. And we'll bend the knees and just windshield wiper feet side to side. That gentle rock, that gentle massage for the thighs. Next time your feet sway over to the right, we want you to rock all the way towards your right hand side. Take your right arm long, so it's like a pillow, right leg long, and then reach around. See if you can grab the left foot with the left hand for a little stretch for that left thigh, and quad and hip. Finding just a slight tuck of the tail. Rolling the left shoulder back a little. Breathing, maybe closing the eyes. Of course, you can use a pillow or a prop here if you need a little bit of extra support. You can stay here, or you can step your left foot behind you, pressing your left foot gently into the floor, maybe allowing your left arm to flop anywhere that feels good behind you or on your body. Pressing your hips forward just a little as you get a little bit more stretching through that left hip. And then let's roll back onto our front side and come into the other side. So rolling to the left arm is long, left knee, or the right knee bends. Reach around from behind, see if you can grab your right foot, resting your head wherever comfortable on your left arm, relaxing the right shoulder back. Couple more big breaths. You can stay here, or you can let your right foot make its way to the floor behind you, pressing into the right foot, gently reaching that hip forward, resting your right arm wherever feels good, maybe behind you, overhead, or on the body. And wherever you are, make our way onto our back. So just roll on over. And you might be off of your mat, so you might shimmy back onto it. And you can give yourself a hug here. You can take a few more windshield wipers. You can take any final posture that feels good to you. Maybe that's a final twist, or maybe it's feet together, knees wide. Just taking these last few moments for you. And then when you're ready, settling into stillness, into this very important final part of your practice, where you take in everything that you just did. You did a lot in that short class, just over half an hour. So take it in. Enjoy the way you feel after working hard, maybe sweating a little, maybe falling, maybe flying, but getting right back in. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope we can move together very, very soon.